So this game has got to be one of the best story games I've played in a while. Not because of like the choices or like stuff like that, but like because of the writing, because of the art, because of the soundtrack. It's all so good. So I figured I would share just how cool it is. Such a cool game. I can't stress that enough. It's such an amazing game. I'm so excited to play through this again and see if I can get better than the worst ending possible. I hope you enjoy, and let's get right into it. September 4th, year 201 M 2023 BC. Amid the arid heat of the morning sun of all Caldera Bluffs, I can't help but miss living in the more temperate weather of the Midwest. Summer sleeves are in style this year. That jacket's aroma blog better be right. This suede thing is killing me. Well, at least it's guaranteed to start getting chillier in a few weeks. Besides, I'm sure to make an impression with this. Abercrombie and Flint is all the rage these days. I sigh and lean back in the hard plastic seating of the metro. I'm on my way to my first day in a new school. Ordinarily, I'd just be glued to my phone on the trip, but there's just too much on my mind right now. My folks' sitch requires us to move frequently, which gives me little time to fit in. Much like how a rolling stone gathers no moss, I could never make a friend I'd keep for longer than a year. Just a lot of promises to keep in touch that petered off within months. Admittedly, it's my fault in the end. That's all going to change starting today. I'm going into my senior year now. It's my very last chance to prepare for the world ahead. Luckily for me, the cards are stacked in my favor. Feel around my backpack for my DSLR till my fingers can absent-mindedly fiddle with the mode dial. St. Hammond High School is extremely well known for their artists' curriculum. In other words, I'll be surrounded by people that share my interests, even if it's a bit of a ride away. Speaking of rides, I was hoping my parents could drive me there today. By the time I was up, though, they already left for work. No big deal. I like the hustle and bustle of public transportation. I imagine I'm going to have to get used to this anyway. As time passes, my mind wanders to memories of previous schools. They all sucked. Hey, I need to make the most of the situation I'm in, not get all sad like this. I need to do something like take a selfie with the hobo next to me, get up and breathe in that fresh city air, remain seated and do nothing. Wuss. I'll get up and breathe in that fresh city air. I'm interrupted by the ding of the terminal board, and the car gradually starts coming to a stop. Step off the metro, heading out of the station as I follow a few other students heading towards the school. Oddly enough, I'm only seeing dinosaur students, not another human to be seen anywhere. Must be one of those dino-heavy regions. There's a lot of greenery here as well. You'd almost forget how close we are to a major city. Pathway leads to a stone bridge that goes over a small creek. As I walk across, I notice other students meeting in pairs and walk with each other. The air begins to fill with the sounds of laughter and stories of how their summer break went. Ah, there it is. The school peeks out over the trees ahead of me, as though inspecting and welcoming me inside. St. Hammond High, my new home away from home for the next year. I stop to take a deep breath. The air here is crisp, reminding me of an old campground I went to back in elementary school. Once again, I'm handed an opportunity to make something of myself. I'm apprehensive, but hopeful. It's my last shot at this. There's no going back. I take my first step onward. Here we go again. Students mill about the front yard. The school is known for its heavily prioritized art programs. Over 2/3 of the graduates end up pursuing a career in the arts. And while half of them regret it, from what I've read, there's still plenty that made it, right? It's also the management's claim to fame, with the facade on the front entrance being dominated by a vibrant mural. I got a good feeling about this place. A few students eyeball me as I continue walking in. Some friends whisper to each other. I just knew this jacket would pay off. The front doors are propped wide open, and I already feel the cool breeze inviting me in. Inside, it's a familiar yet brand new sight. I hadn't mentioned it yet, but this school is also unique for its student body. It's composed almost entirely of dinosaurs, all manner of saurian herbivores and otherwise. Scales, feathers, tails. Is that a tether? Wings, talons, and webbed hands. Not to even mention the colors. All vibrant enough to challenge the bright murals on the school outside. Dozens of students march about, reconnecting with past friends and meeting new ones. Some anxiously glance at their schedules, checking every door as though they were numbered at random. I probably shouldn't be standing here staring. Whoa, is that a human? Well, oh. I'm soon surrounded and overrun by a crowd of neon-colored teenagers. Clearly, my jacket is working like a charm. Wow, he's like a life-sized mannequin. Hey, new kid! Is this what it's like to be popular? I really wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly. A few students are taking pictures with their phones. I even see some with sketchbook and pens in hand, rapidly scribbling on pages. Wow, a human! Are you like a foreign exchange student? In the chaos, I feel a few people touch my hands. Whoa, human skin feels weird. Geez, a bit uncalled for. I guess I'll just go along with it. Couldn't hurt. There's so much happening, and I don't want to be a party pooper. A few more people shout at me to get my attention. Hey, could you look over here for a side profile? Oh man, yeah, this'll be good reference material. Wait, I need to get a better look at his skin texture. I once again find myself frozen, only muttering quietly as I hastily try to follow their instructions. Eventually, all the saurians take their photos and talk themselves out before dispersing back to their own friend groups. By the time I recover from the shock of the situation, the last one breaks off and I find myself seemingly all alone again. Oh, that was my chance to socialize. I blew it. You're a human, right? The Triceratops girl leans forward, scanning me up and down. This is it. Time to seal the deal and get a new friend. Yeah. Close enough. Hey, can I, get a selfie with you? It'd be great for one of my classes. Yeah, definitely. She puts an arm around my back for a shoulder hug while she poses dramatically. Maybe a bit too friendly. Big smile now. She takes the picture and checks it enthusiastically. So, I'm Inko. Huh? Oh, yeah, cool, yeah. Anyway, gotta go. Oh. What's the photo for, by the way? She pauses aloofly, chewing some gum. My fashion design class. That jacket is ballin'. Ah. Thanks for the pic, hun. Well, I feel my shoulders sag as I take in the now sparse hallway around me. That must have been my 15 minutes of fame. I don't think it even lasted 15 minutes. But there's no way I've already blown it. I try to shake away the negative thoughts. Focus on the positive. For a brief moment, I was the talk of the school. Yeah. The familiar sound draws my attention. I know what that is. At the end of the hall, there's someone kneeling. and with one of the latest camera models, if I'm not mistaken. Hey. The guy flinches. I flinch too. I hadn't meant to shout at him. Few students around me don't bat an eye at it, though. Sorry about the yell. No, it's fine. I managed to get the shot I wanted. The bespectacled boy, I think he's a parasaur, double-checks the camera's display and smiles. Yeah, perfect. This will be a fine print for the yearbook. Can I see? His grin seems to widen at my interest. Of course, here. He turns the display towards me, showing a shot of the hallway. And me as the focal point. Pretty good, right? I look a little closer and notice that I think it's a little bit out of focus and dark. What do you have your f-stop set at? He stops and glances up at me, pleasantly surprised to get a real answer. Yeah, I'm a bit of a photographer myself. I'm taking it as a elective too. With Mr. Eidekin? Thinking back to my memorized class schedule, the name does sound familiar. Yep. Oh, snap, cool. We'll be classmates. Mr. Eidekin's busy, so he just teaches it for one period. He offers his hand out for a handshake. I'm Ben, Inco. Friend achieved. I'm actually new here. Kinda figured being the only human student this year and all. St. Hammond isn't one of the more popular schools, but staff put a lot of effort into the arts programs. Even the campus itself is designed like a living art piece, so if you ever need help, from the pause I'm guessing he's offering some help. I wouldn't say no to a tour. A tour, you say? Well, I'm only going back to the principal's office, but I can point out some neat stuff along the way. He raises an eyebrow to himself in contemplation. Might be a good idea to meet the principal too. He waves for me to follow him. Turns out he wasn't just an avid photographer like me, but also the school council president. And one of his priorities was taking photos for the school's yearbook for the first day page. Every few minutes we'd pause so Ben could take a couple shots, mainly of the students talking with each other. And while I would watch, I had considered helping him in some way. I mean, that camera looks amazing, and then there's all his extra lenses in the bag. I feel absolute elation to finally know someone that's into photography. And I really want to broach it, but Ben fills the air between us talking more about the school. Which is why we still go by the Feathertails, even though I think it's a tad distasteful. Dang, you're pretty good at this. Do you give tours to all the new students? Not really, although it is something I've thought about a lot. Oh, hold that thought. Hey, Lenara. Ben goes to greet a student, putting up some intricate wall banners. Oh, hey Ben. You have a good summer vacation? I did. Great work on the decorations. They look even better than last year's. Aw, thank you. What's all this for? She steps aside so I can fully view the banner she just finished with. The Cultural Arts Club. We meet every Thursday after school and look at unique artwork. She'd initially looked past me to talk with Ben, but she gasps once she realizes. Hey, you're a human, right? Oh, that's a silly question. You should totally join. I just love human culture. There's this amazing set of ancient masks at my place from ancient Europe. I just adore them. Wow, that's impressive. I think you'd make a good curator. You know what? I probably would. After that club display during Spirit Week last year, I gotta agree. We spent weeks studying that tribe and weeks more practicing those dances. We also study and paint with those styles like we're learning the techniques of the old masters. Hopefully soon we can even get into sculpting, like those old Venus statues. We plan on getting one to look at sometime this year. What do you think? It'd be great if you could come. Hey, that'd be neat. What are you saying, Inko? Maybe. I do love culture. Oh, that's great. Oh, listen. We have this old chieftain's dress we've had for ages. We just have to see what it looks like on the real thing. I'll think about it. No way. I'd sooner endure a second impact event than wear something like that. Well, hey, nice to catch up, Lenara. We got places to be. Take care. Bye. She waves us off, and Ben continues leading me to the principal's office. Hey, Ben. Oh, hey, Michael. Listen, can't talk now, but I'd love to catch up later, yeah? I'm floored. This guy seems to know just about everyone in the school as much as they know him. Talk about being on top of things. He points out a few more minor landmarks in the school, and stops to greet a number of students happy to see him after the summer break. Man, sorry for having to stop so much. No way. I think it's cool you know everyone. If only it could be cool without making us late. He notices a few more noteworthy landmarks, eventually leading me to its biggest draw. I already knew that this place was known for art, but wow. Just outside the administrative offices, the hallway is filled with wonderful pieces of work. Paintings line the walls with name placards beneath detailing who the artists were, all created by alumni and attending students of the school. And this is the gala. All of those pieces have been featured in all kinds of articles and presentations. Whoa. I know, right? One moment. Ben turns to the nearest door and gives it a polite knock. Who is it? It's me, Principal Scalar. An Overraptor no older than her mid-30s exits the room, holding a steaming mug and sporting a tired smile. Good morning, Benjamin. Good morning. Inko, this is our esteemed principal. Good morning, ma'am. Her eyes shoot wide, mid-sip of her coffee. Oh, I hadn't noticed. You would be Mr. Nito, yes? Yeah, but my name... How wonderful. Gone is the exhaustion on her face, instead replaced with a very wide smile. I'm so happy that you've chosen our school for your last year, Mr. Nito. Ben, be sure to give him a thorough St. Hammond welcome, okay? I already was. If you ever need assistance, my office is always open, Mr. Nedu. Not to mention, the student council is also available for help. Isn't that right, Ben? Yes, Principal Scalar. Thank you, Principal Scalar. Oh, and Ben, a moment, please. But the pair is dragged into the office, leaving me alone in the school gala. Whatever they're saying, I can't hear over the ambient noise of the student body. Either way, it's probably not something I meant to hear. I move a few feet away, out of earshot of the discussion inside. On the wall beside me is a framed panoramic landscape of the city painted by hand. Wow, I could practically use this thing as a map with how detailed it is. No wonder it's hanging so predominantly by the principal's office. The gentle brushstrokes, the vibrant colors, the evening sun bouncing off each of the windows, and the majestic scarlet sky enveloping the horizon. All of which combine together to give it a dreamscape feeling, like it's an idolized version of the city. It's beautiful. I've never been a big admirer of paintings, but I can't deny that this is a masterpiece. Only a teacher could have been able to express the scenic beauty of the city with this level of skill and passion. I withdraw my Caven Stone 60 from my bag, and with the compact lens I keep, I barely fit the entirety of the painting in frame for the shot. Checking the copy on my display, I realize I left out the title and artist of the piece. The tag says, Dreamscape, artist O. Halford, 9th grade. First place, 201M 2020. A freshman did this? Jeez. Now that I look at the rest of the paintings, this is insane. It's all so much better than what I've made. Almost all of the pieces are beautifully drawn. Acrylic, charcoal, pastel, and yet not even one photo. Hey Inko, I'm back. I'm a senior, how on earth am I meant to even start measuring up here? Inko? What's that sound? Ben nudges me back with the back of his hand as the commotion gets closer. Hey, watch it! Slow your roll, Leatherface. My leg! I watch as the, perpetrator, aggressor, aggregator, finally rounds the corner and comes barreling down the hallway, speeding right towards us. My instincts kick in, and I stumble to the side to avoid the oncoming collision. For just a split second, I get a good look at my assailant. Green scales, messy hair, and a faded purple hoodie. She propels herself forward with dexterous hands, spinning the large wheels on her. I only noticed that she's in a wheelchair. I didn't even know you could go fast in one of those. She glances my way, and her pupils lock onto mine. Her gray and gold eyes are marred by bags, like she hasn't slept in days. The girl's entire presence is ghost-like. And that expression, it's like she's looking straight through me. I'm sure she barely registers my existence, but I don't think I'll ever forget that face. Just as fast as she came, however, she's gone. As she leaves, I feel like a weight is lifted from my shoulders. At least until I trip directly into a glass case behind me. Oof. Hey, watch it! Whoops. Parasaur's hand roves over the display carefully, his eyes filled with worry. You looking for something? Cracks. Usually when another student falls into them, there's some kind of crack or scratch. Guess it's just a dino thing. You humans are lucky you don't gotta sweat over this kind of stuff. That happen often? Often enough to drain school funds and repairs. That can't be good. Well, not to brag, but I make do. Vibrato chime echoes through the now empty hall. I freeze. Tardy on the first day. Whoops. Sorry to run on like that. You should get going to your first class. Won't I need a tardy slip or something? It's the first day. Teachers are lenient. I'm fine either way, since, you know. One of the benefits of being class pres. What's your first period? Physical education. Ben sucks the air in through his teeth in a prolonged wince. You'll be fine. Gymnasium's down that way. Don't, keep him waiting too long. I need to get going too. Keep who waiting? I gotta go, bye! Whoa, he walks fast when he has somewhere to be. That reaction doesn't exactly instill confidence in me. I think this is where I'm going to end off this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me play this game. But yeah, this is I Wani Hug That Gator. Such a good game, honestly. So, I'm excited to post the next part. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.